Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another day in the stock market. Today is Wednesday, February 22nd. Yesterday we had PMI data. Today we have FOMC minutes, basically reinstating what Powell said last week. Was it last week? I believe it was last week. Reinstating what Powell last said. So make sure you guys pay attention. At 2 p.m., we get Fed minutes. It's going to be a written statement on basically what Powell said, and that can or cannot affect the market. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. Later tomorrow, we basically have jobless numbers. That's always affects the market. That comes out at 8:30. And then on Friday, we have PCE. So make sure you guys watch out for that. And we have a couple Fed speakers at the end of the day. Not really towards the end of the day, but towards like 1:30. We have some Fed speakers. So make sure you guys watch out for that. So this is the economical counter. You guys can find this on Market Watch. Jumping straight to the charts, NVIDIA, one of the top movers from yesterday, right? So every day do a little scan. NVIDIA was on the top mover. You can see NVIDIA went from 230 all the way down to 204. This is the 4-hour, 180-day chart. If we drop down towards the 15-minute, you guys could kind of see yesterday's action, right? A little bit better. Yesterday was the 21st, 9:30. You can see NVIDIA basically dropped from 213 down towards 204. So NVIDIA actually has earnings coming up today after hours. So definitely want to be cautious of NVIDIA, especially if you're going to swing it. It has earnings tonight. So make sure you guys watch out for that. But if you guys are looking to day trade it, it's finding some type of strong support at 204. 204 is looking like a double bottom, right? RSI is a little bit more on the oversold. If we break above the 180-day EMA from 210, we can start pushing up towards 217. Watch out for that. Dropping down towards the 20-day. 20-day, right? Oversold, right? Double bottom over here, double bottom, oversold on the RSI. MACD is crossing up. So watch for the break above 210. Then we can start possibly pushing up towards the 1-year EMA, which I have already changed the color to a solid orange to around like 216. To the downside, since we have strong support around this 204 zone and we bounced on it, we want to see if it breaks. Once it breaks, we could possibly start going from 204 to 200, maybe a lot lower. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the video is going to beat earnings today? Comment down below. Next one we're going to talk about is going to be big Tesla. So looking at Tesla, Tesla basically came close towards that SMA. If you guys watch our previous videos, this is the 1 year, 1 day. Each candle on this chart is 1 day of information. So that 1 year SMA over here is that solid blue line, 1 year EMA, solid orange line, right? We can see that Tesla pushed from 101 all the way up towards 216 and basically start to go sideways. Whenever you see a stock push up and start to go sideways, that's a sign of equal amount of buyers and sellers. Now, somebody's going to win that war. Typically, when the stock pushes up to a high price and start going sideways, that is a bearish sign. RSI is overbought. MACD looks like it wants to cross down. We already had a pullback slightly on Tesla yesterday where we broke that key level of 200. And we're going to talk about that in the next upcoming charts. So looking at the 180-day 4-hour over here, you can see 200 is now around where that 1 year EMA is, right? So this is a major trend change for the stock. You guys know this from previous videos, but if you're new, once we start to basically break above 200, Tesla started to get really bullish. And when we start to break below 200, Tesla started to get bearish, right? 200 was a major breakout zone to the downside. You guys can see we dropped basically from like 200 all the way down towards 101. And right now we're around that 200 zone. So we need to break above 200 before we start pushing up towards 217, which was a previous like double top or resistance area, right? And then to the downside, we made a low of, I believe, 194. We could easily check by dropping down towards, let's say, a 5-day chart. We made a low of 189 yesterday. So, oh, that's not even yesterday. That's within 5 days. 1 second. We made a low of 195 yesterday. 195 is yesterday's low. So we need to watch to see if we break that zone today to the downside if you're a bear, right? 195. So let's jump over towards the 180-day. So if we break 195, which is like right here, then we could start basically sinking down towards 189, which was a previous low. So 195 to 189, or to the long side, you want to watch a break above 200, and then we can start going to 210, then we can start going to 220. So make sure you guys set your alerts. So right now, these are basically, we're on our 4-hour chart, and you guys can see we're finding some type of strong support. These are 4-hour candles starting to hold over here. So make sure you guys are very cautious. 180 days crossed down, 20-day is actually crossed up. So could be a little choppy situation today, especially if today's FOMC minutes. So let's jump over to the next and the last stock. We're talking about the one, the only, the SPY. Looking at the 1 year over here. Right, looking at the 1 year, you can see that SPY has broken the 1 year EMA, major trend change. Whatever we're above that EMA, we're bullish. We break below it, bearish, right? We broke below it. MACD has crossed down. That's our second bearish sign. RSI has the opportunity to go back to 30. 80s overbought, bad deal. 30s good deal, right? So looking at it over here, we basically see a possible pullback, or we already started that pullback, and it can possibly continue long term, right? 398 down towards 394. Most of the time, stocks like to retest that SMA around 392, which is what's the case for SPY. So let's see what happens with this. Let's see what are the smaller charts telling us today. We had a massive sell-off yesterday, right? We had a massive sell-off yesterday, so that could also mean that the RSI is closer towards the oversold side, which it is on the 180-day. So because of that massive sell-off, yesterday was the 21st, right? We basically started dropping from 406 down towards 400. And then you guys can see we have a whole bunch of 4-hour candles going sideways over here. That is a sign of support. There's some reason that this stock hasn't broken this 398 zone, right? 398 is the low from yesterday. So why didn't we break that? Because that is a strong support zone and the RSI is oversold. So you definitely want to be cautious with short positions today, especially since we have basically multiple 4-hour candles going sideways over here. Look for a long position around 401, and then we can start basically pushing up towards 404, which so happens to be the 180-day SMA. So make sure you guys are very cautious with that. Let me just rearrange my 180-day EMA, and then we could probably break the 180-day EMA and go towards the 180-day SMA. So watch out for that, right? Seeing some signs of the floor. Let's jump over towards our 20-day 1 hour. You always want to compare multiple charts, right? So 20-day 1 hour oversold, MACD's already crossed up. So this is something that I like to see, right? So that 180-day is still crossed down, but the 20-day is crossed up, right? There's two sides of the MACD, little MACD lesson, right? When it's below these volume bars, even if it crosses up, sometimes this lower section is more in favor for bearishness, right? Upper section more in favor for bullishness, right? So we still crossed up, and there's no change into the stock, right? So they call this MACD divergence. Whenever you see the stock MACD crosses up and the stock is basically struggling to follow, one or two things can happen, right? The MACD is probably either making more room, right, for a possible next cross down. So if this crosses back down, we could see a massive drop, right? Remember that 1 year is still bearish. So this MACD has crossed up, and we haven't seen any real movement in the stock. So make sure you guys keep in mind, make sure you guys wait for key levels to be broken out first. You don't want to just, hey, it's going to break that 180-day. I'm going to get in before 400, before it even holds above 400. So make sure you guys wait for that break of 400 towards 404, because if this crosses back down, we could have probably even a bigger drop than yesterday. Remember that 1 year is still crossed down. 1 year is still crossed down with lots of room, even before it even hits the volume bars over here, because sometimes these volume bars can act as support, meaning you could have a situation like this where the line just basically bounces off the volume bar, right? So even if that was to happen, we still have some ways to go where SPY could even get down to over here. So that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.